Elon Musk is the billionaire CEO of SpaceX and Tesla and was ranked by Forbes as number 21 on their list of the world's most powerful people. He went from being raised by his abusive father in the suburbs of South Africa to now being one of the richest people in the world with a net worth of $93.2 billion. And today we're going to learn his best advice on why you must accept failures. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you. Grab your coffee and let's do this. Over to you, Elon Musk.
When trying different things, you got to have some acceptance of failure, as you were alluding to earlier. Failure must be an option. If failure is not an option, it's going to result in extremely conservative choices, and you may get something even worse than lack of innovation. Things may go backwards. If what you really want is you want reward and punishment to be proportionate to the actions that you seek. So if what you're seeking is innovation, then you should reward success in innovation, and only there should be minor consequences for trying and failing. There should be minor. With significant rewards for trying and succeeding, minor consequences for trying and not succeeding, and major negative consequences for not trying.
The biggest failure of all is not trying. Or you can tell yourself that you're a perfectionist and it's just not ready yet. But really, you're just afraid. There is no right time, and being a perfectionist is just a fancy word for saying that you're scared. So do you want to make the change and finally get momentum, or spend another year telling yourself that you're just not ready yet? Now, I'm a recovering perfectionist. I have a big fear of disappointing people. I am afraid that when I put something out, people may not like it. You know, making videos, writing books, all of this stuff, I would always feel that if I made it and nobody cared, or worse, that they would not like it, or that they felt like they wasted their time or wasted their money. That kind of stuff destroys me. And I've had to work through it. I say I'm a recovering perfectionist because when I was 22, I lost a $40 million deal in my first business. And I was working on a business plan, and I spent the whole summer working on it, and I had the pitch ready, and I had the perfect plan. I need to have the perfect plan. You know, it had to be perfect. I had all the perfect research. I had all the perfect words, the perfect graphs had to be perfect. And I spent the whole summer working on it. And we went to talk to the company who I thought would be the perfect fit for us. And they said, "Thank you, but not interested." And I remember just being floored. Like, what do you mean not interested? This is perfect. It just makes so much perfect sense for what you're doing, for us as well. It's perfect. You just look at it again. It's like, no, it's a pass. And I couldn't believe it. And so then we started scrambling to find another deal, and we found another deal with another company who loved us, wanted to work with us. We were in the final two. They were looking to buy a company. They just raised a whole bunch of money. They were looking to buy a company. And at the end of the day, it's between us and our biggest competitor. And I remember them saying that they loved us. They loved how easy our software to use. They loved a lot of the features of what we did, but they had already been talking to this other company for a couple months, our biggest competitor, and they had to make a decision quickly, and they were just more comfortable working with them than us because of the time. They bought that company for $40 million and said no to us. This is the second company. And so we didn't get the first deal, we didn't get the big deal, and so we then went to get another deal, and was still good and happy with the payday, but it wasn't $40 million. And what that taught me was to just go, to just start, to stop being a perfectionist. It's really just me being scared. And I've tried to fight that ever since. And every day I get a little tiny bit stronger towards that you release, that you create, that you make. Now, if I was there 3 months earlier, instead of just sitting at my business partner's apartment working on the business plan, if I got in early, would we have got the deal? I don't know. It's not a guarantee, They still could have gone with our biggest competitor, but if we were there early and it gave us a 20% chance, a 50% chance of getting that deal, that's a risk I'd love to take, right? 50% chance at $40 million, pretty good deal when you're 22 years old. And so ever since then, I've just made the decision, I don't want to be a perfectionist. If I hear myself saying those words, I can't remember the last time I said it has to be perfect. That needs to be destroyed from your language. As soon as you hear yourself saying that, you need to then immediately take action on the thing that you're afraid to put out that has to be perfect. So how do you do it? I've got a 3-step process I think you're gonna like. But before that, if you wanna have unstoppable confidence and learn from billionaires, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
There are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough that you do it in spite of the fear.
If you have a great product, lots of people will buy it. And then the company will be successful. That ended up being worse than if we had designed a car from the beginning.
Okay, so how do you do it? How do you stop being a perfectionist and start getting momentum towards your goals? 3 steps, let's go. Step number 1 is expect to suck at the start. One of the biggest problems is we expect to be great. You expect to be so good at the beginning. You expect to just pick up something and be a great author or make a great video or be fantastic on stage. Like you just expect to be great. And then you're not. Because you're just starting. Why do you expect to be great at the start? Right? Doesn't mean that you suck as a human, as a person. You just don't have the skill sets yet. Well, how do you get the skill sets? You practice. And so many people I hear when they're trying to make YouTube videos, for example, it's like, well, I need the perfect camera and the perfect microphone and the perfect lighting and the perfect script and I need to research a whole bunch of other videos before, and then they never start. You never start. Well, really what you should do is take your phone. I don't know where my phone is, but you take your phone and you hold it up and you say, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. I've been wanting to start this for 3 months and I finally got frustrated enough to say I'm going to do this. And I don't really know quite yet what I'm going to talk about. I want to try to inspire you. I want to try to share my lessons. I want to try to, bring some knowledge out to the world and feel like the work that I do matters. And I'm really nervous right now because I don't have a perfect script for this video, but I'm tired of trying to make everything perfect because my message to the world isn't be perfect. And so this is episode 1. I hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned for some more content tomorrow. I love you, right? Post. No editing, no music, no cuts. Post. That's a fantastic first episode. Great. Next. Tomorrow you get up and do it again. Expect to suck at the beginning. Expect to suck at the beginning. Lower the bar for the beginning because the beginning is creative, is messy, it won't work out. That's awesome. That's just step 1. Number 2 is then tie your self-worth to the effort, not the result. Another big problem why people are perfectionists is you tie your self-worth to the result, that I only feel good about myself if I get X result, if I get 1 million views on this video, if I get X number of subscribers or X number of sales or X number of whatever, right? Most people tie their self-worth to the result of their efforts. Instead, you want to flip it. You tie your self-worth to the effort itself. Are you proud that you showed up today? Are you proud for the effort and hustle that you put in today? Because if you tie your self-worth to the results, you're only going to do things where you know you're going to get a result. Therefore, you play small for your entire life. When you tie your self-worth to the effort, to the doing, to waking up every day and creating something and making that happen, you start building self-confidence. You start building your self-worth. You start building your self-respect. And so what you need to compare yourself to is, what did I put in yesterday and did I grow? Did I learn? Have I improved? Am I proud of my effort? Because if you wake up every day and you're proud of the effort that you are putting in, you will create amazing results. It may not happen right away because expect to suck at the beginning, but you will create amazing results. And step number 3 is being scared isn't a good enough reason anymore. This is something you have to pound into your brain, is that being scared, if the answer is I'm scared, why are you not doing this? Because I'm scared. That's go time. That's not the stop sign. That's go time. You are not allowed anymore to say, if you want the next level life, you want the things up on your vision board, it requires doing the scary things. It doesn't mean that you're not scared doing them. Of course you're scared doing them. Being scared, though, is not a good enough reason anymore to stop. So when you think of an idea, when you think of a next step, when you think of what you have to do today or next week or during the next month, and if something is stopping you to say, oh, I'm scared. Oh, that's too scary. I'm afraid of that. You've allowed that to be the reason to stop. And what I'm asking, what I'm begging, is to no longer accept that as the reason. There could be other reasons, right? So, you could be scared to jump off a bridge, but that's also stupid, right? So don't do stupid. Stupid is a good reason not to do it. Scared isn't, right? So the things that we're afraid to do typically aren't life-threatening, aren't actually going to harm somebody else. Really, deep down, what we're afraid of is not even failing. It's failing in front of somebody else. You're afraid of putting something out there, and who's going to see you fail, right? When you fall and you're skiing, the first thing is looking at who saw me fall, right? But if you're skiing by yourself and you fall, it's not a big deal. You're afraid of failing in front of somebody else. And that's not a good enough reason. Being scared, being afraid is no longer a good enough reason if you want to build your dream life. Now, I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know your single biggest takeaway from this video and how you plan on taking action. When you schedule in what day, what time, what place you're going to take action, you have a 91% chance of following through versus just a 35% chance if you got motivated but never created your plan. And when you share your plan and you have a little bit of accountability, you're even more likely to follow through. So in the comments below, I want to know your single biggest takeaway and your plan of action to make a change in your life. Let me know. Put it below.
Growing up, my father used to ask my brother and me what we had failed at the dinner table, which was so interesting, and he'd celebrate it, and he'd actually be disappointed if I didn't have something that I failed at that week. So I can remember saying, Dad, I tried out for this and I was horrible, and he would actually high-five me and say, congratulations, way to go. And what it did was just reframe my definition of failure. Failure for me became not trying versus the outcome. So many people don't take risks for fear of failure. They don't start the business, they don't go create the art they want to create, or they don't go try out to be in the play, or whatever it is, for the fear of failure. And once you redefine that for yourself and realize the failure is just not trying, then life opens up to you in many ways. And I would also, my dad would encourage me anytime something didn't go the way I expected it to, or maybe I got embarrassed by a situation, to write down where the hidden gifts were and what I got out of it. And I started realizing in everything there was some amazing nugget that I wouldn't have wanted to pass up.
If you want to change your life in the next 30 days, check out my free training right here below. Or if you want Grant Cardone's advice on how to stop making excuses, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy them. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.